The situation is rapidly changing. The role of the upgraded cruiser Project 11,440 meters. The global situation is evolving so quickly that just a couple of months ago, finding a role for the modernized cruiser of Project 11,440 meters seemed challenging. Debates often arose about the necessity of such large ships with frequent comparisons to smaller, more cost-effective frigates. However, it seems that circumstances have changed, giving such ships a renewed purpose, something we will discuss in detail today. Let's start with good news. According to TASS, the nuclear cruiser Admiral Nakhimov has achieved the physical launch of its reactor installation. This marks a pivotal moment in the modernization process, signifying one thing: the ship will return to sea, and the extensive work carried out has not been in vain. As planned, the event occurred toward the end of 2024, but, as is typical for the Russian defense industry, it went without much public announcement. On the one hand, this cautious approach is understandable. Such announcements are now made with a slight delay, due to the current global situation. Notably, the reactor launch occurred after the cruiser's first sea trials, during which the auxiliary power unit was tested. At this point, Admiral Nakhimov has completed its degassing procedure, which means it may now be conducting full-scale sea trials. If all goes well and no major issues arise, state trials could begin this summer, with the cruiser returning to active service by the end of the year. In the interim, even in its current state, some degree of combat readiness could be achieved within the next 6 months, an essential factor in today's rapidly changing world. However, beyond these operational updates lies another crucial detail that deserves separate discussion: the extended service life of the cruiser. Previously, it was assumed that Admiral Nakhimov, after modernization, would serve the Navy for about 15 years at best, given that the ship has been in service since the late 1980s. Considering the long modernization period and the funds spent, one could reasonably ask whether it was worth it. This question can now be considered settled, as the upgraded cruiser is expected to serve for 30 more years. Realistically, this means Admiral Nakhimov will remain in the fleet until the mid-2050s, likely as a flagship. The role of Admiral Nakhimov in a changing world. What role does this cruiser play in the hypothetical new world that may emerge? Many analysts rightly note that Greenland is not just a source of natural resources. It could become a highly fortified A2 zone aimed at countering Russian submarines. While this idea is debatable, the U.S. currently achieves this goal more effectively from European bases. Circumstances can change at any time. If Greenland were to become a strategic outpost, it would require opposition, and what better way to counter it than with a powerful naval task force? One unique aspect of Admiral Nakhimov is its combination of serious strike potential, up to 80 hypersonic missiles, and a heavily emphasized air defense capability, featuring hundreds of interceptors of various types. There are even rumors that the ship may carry S-500 missiles, potentially enabling it to intercept ballistic missile warheads at great distances, a capability similar to the U.S. Aegis system. While Project 22,350 frigates could perform similar tasks, nuclear cruisers offer far greater autonomy and are more effective in providing non-nuclear deterrence, a multi-purpose air defense role in addition to missile defense. Admiral Nakhimov has another intriguing role, serving as an air defense platform for carrier strike groups. At some point, Admiral Kuznetsov will return to service under a similar modernization scheme, and it will require robust protection, with hundreds of air defense missiles. The nuclear cruiser will be a critical asset in ensuring the survivability of Russia's carrier group. Do we really need such a ship? Finally, let's address the overarching question: do we even need such a ship? What are its advantages? Just a month ago, one might have argued that Project 22,350 frigates were far more attractive options. However, given the new geopolitical demands stemming from U.S. ambitions such as the hypothetical integration of Canada and Greenland, the necessity of nuclear cruisers like Admiral Nakhimov has become clear. While the scenario may seem far-fetched, the past 5 years have shown us that even the most unlikely events can occur. It's better to be prepared than to be caught off guard. In summary, Admiral Admiral Nakhimov is a prime example of how a ship, once considered outdated, can find a renewed and vital role in today's complex world, both as a strategic asset and as a symbol of technological and military capability.